Hey everybody, we're Expect the Comics, and we are here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this beautiful place. We are at Mohegan Sun for Terrificon, and nice and early. Gonna grab some breakfast with my buddy, and then get ready for the show to start. Got in here Friday night, hung out with some people, some good buddies of mine, got some drinks, had a good time, and now it's time to get the show going on, you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. I'm listening. Yeah, we're here at Terrificon. Just got in not too long ago. There was quite a bit of a line walking outside. But we're finally in here. We're checking out some of these vendors. I got some great books here on the wall. But we're gonna get right to business. Go to Artist Alley, meet some of these creators, and get some books signed. So here you go. This is Kevin Eastman. He was one of the premier artists at the Terrificon show. So as you can see there, there's quite a bit of a line, and my buddy Kevin was waiting quite a bit in that line to get a few books of his signed. So that was pretty cool. I personally did not go in that line because I didn't bring any books with me. Right next to him, there was this really cool Last Ronin #1, I guess mosaic. This artist here is well known for recreating classic covers using glass and/or pieces of ceramic tile, and repurposing them to make cool covers. So that was his latest drop for the show. Really nice. And then at the booth, they also had some comic books there for sale. There you go, walking around, going to see the creators over here. There's Kevin Eastman right in front of us. Looks like he's going to be doing some photos right now. Going back to the... been one hell of a show. Pretty cool thing, got like a little set. There you go. There you go, Don. Funkos.
Yeah. Matt collects them.
Wall of Funkos. Hey, my doppelganger there, Mr. Knight. So hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of the footage I made for Terrificon. I had a lot more footage. It was probably a good 10 to 15 minutes worth of footage that I condensed to that amount. So I think I did a pretty good job. And honestly, I know you guys don't want to watch all that content because it's some of the stuff that you typically see at conventions. But I did add some of the cool highlights that I saw from the show. So the books in question, I'm going to show you the books that I got signed, and then the one book that I picked up at the show. So let's, if you watched my preview video, I talked about the books that I ended up bringing with me to the show. And then I'll show you the books that I actually got signed. So, first book, and this is in no particular order.
So I ended up getting my Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 22. I believe this is the first like crossover battle between Moon Knight and Spider-Man. You can see there, he just trying to get some better lighting there. He signed it right along where Moon Knight is throwing his crescent moons there. Pretty cool way he did the signature placement. Ended up getting that signed. His prices have always been pretty reasonable. He charges, I believe, $15 a signature. And ended up getting, I believe, ASM, the Amazing Spider-Man book that I posted in the video. Ended up getting that signed as well, and then I ended up giving it to my buddy Don. That was, you saw some of the footage. Ended up giving it to him afterwards. That was his first time at a comic book convention, and it seemed like he thoroughly enjoyed the show. So I sent that off his way. One of my goals was to try to meet Louise Simonson, and she was there along with Walt Simonson. So ended up getting my Captain America Asthma Monster book. Al Milgrom was also at the show. Had that signed last year. Got that signed by Louise Simonson. She was great. You know, the person in front of me decided to do an interview with her, and it took like an additional 10 minutes. I was like, that's kind of like one of the things to be cognizant at the show is when there's a line, try not to, hold up, like be cognizant of your time, because you should be doing that on a separate time. You want to interview a creator, that's great. Do that when there's no lines. Don't do that when there's lines to meet somebody. So a little silly by that individual. But I was happy to meet her. I got that signed. And then I also got it signed for my buddy Tony. So that's going to be going his way. Later on, I found out that Alex Suviak was at the show as well. And I didn't realize he worked on the book. So it's a little unfortunate. I could have gotten that signed along with it. But oh well, there's always next time. And then I believe that was it for the signed books. I brought my Daredevil with me to try to get Jimmy Palmiotti, but he had quite a bit of a line, and towards the latter part of the show in the afternoon, I was trying to get stuff done, and I decided not to wait in that line. So, you gotta be aware of time when you're at these shows, and when you're spending it quite a bit going through different vendors, looking for books, trying to meet artists, artists that come and go throughout the show, it becomes quite difficult. So I did not get that signed. I also chose not to get my X-Men book signed by Rubenstein because I was already, spending quite a bit of money, and I wanted to be aware of what I was at, from a money standpoint at the show, because that's usually one of my goals. I try to be like aware how much I've spent, between food, driving, books, signatures, that all adds up. And if you're not aware of that, you'll end up spending your money very quickly. And, and then you end up at the ATM. And that's not what I was trying to do. The one book I did end up picking up, I looked at a few different vendors, and this was the only vendor out of the vendors I looked at that had this book. He had it in one of the long boxes for some Golden Age, and I was kind of low-key looking for this book for a while. I like to collect Golden Age and specifically holiday Christmas covers. So they had this one there. You may have seen it on my video on Instagram, and I showed it off to Justin, to No Good Comics. This is Panic #1. This is EC Publications. I believe this came out in 1953. Al Feldstein cover. It's one of the few covers that you see Al Feldstein or Al Feldstein. He signs it A. Feld, and then he has the little beer mug there. So that's pretty cool. A little added notation that he does not sign his books, a lot of them like this. He has this traditional like full name on there. So if you weren't aware, it's a fun little tidbit. This book was also an homage to the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like a parody. Obviously, the Panic series is a parody of a lot of different titles and covers and so forth. But really cool cover. You see Santa Claus's legs coming down the chimney. Looks like he's waiting for his foot to go down so it can get pinned. You got this creepy guy here alongside the fireplace. You got a little bit of a Christmas cover. You got some stockings. Really cool cover. I've seen this, I think, homaged a couple of times as well. Just a fun cover. And he was asking $300. I like to be transparent on the show whenever I pick up some cool stuff. Ended up negotiating down to $225. So I paid $225 for it, and I was happy to pick that up. And it's actually in pretty good shape. I opened it up, made sure everything was there. The book, looked for some color touch, or at least like obvious color touch. I didn't see any. I looked for some signs of resto, make sure the pages were all there, no major tears and stuff like that. So that I was very happy with the book to pick that up. And that was it. That was the show. I was there. I drove in Friday night. Ended up staying there with John. He had extra room in there, so I was very appreciative of that. Thanks, John. And then I had my sister and a good buddy of mine, Don, come by, and we spent the good portion of the show together, walking around, looking through vendors, and met up with a bunch of people there. There was 2 individuals I did not get a chance to meet up with, so I was a little disappointed. I told them that, maybe next time. It was so many people there. It's easy to get, lost in time, track of time, and the place itself doesn't always have the best reception, so sometimes messages don't come through until you're out of the actual area. So, but yeah, I was happy to go. My sister ended up picking up some original art, which was pretty cool, from the SpongeBob SquarePants creator, Jacob Chabot. Really nice guy. I almost picked up something there too from him. But I was getting a little tight on money. Ended up also consigning a book at Comic Connect, which was pretty cool. It's the first time I've consigned the book before, so I'm excited to see how the book does on auction. And I guess we'll go from there. Until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, do all that fun stuff that we like. Until next time, Mark Spector Comics. As you can see there, let me see. Rubenstein signed it. Joe Rubenstein kind of signed it there, where he's throwing the Moon Knight